Here we go.
When I was wounded in Germany, they flew me to England, down to the south of England, in the area called Devonshire. And the main town or city in Devonshire was Torquay, was known as the Riviera of England. And I became ambulatory, which meant that I was free to walk wherever I wanted, and I first learned that I could take a taxi or maybe a scheduled bus from the hospital to Torquay. And in Torquay, one of the better hotels was the Torbay Hotel. And I fast learned that the Torbay had a little stand-up bar off the lounge. And it was one of the few bars that would stay open with whiskey until 11 o'clock at night, at which time the bartender would yell, "Time, ladies and gentlemen, time, please," which meant that you had 5 minutes before ordering nothing more. During one of my visits there, or several visits, I became very friendly with an American officer named Martin. I'll give you his name later. Martin and I became very good friends, and we would almost every other night visit there for a while. One night, there was a young English officer who joined us, and we became friendly with him, and he was intrigued with the American GIs and all the money we had. The slogan at that time was, the attitude of the British toward the American soldier was that they're overpaid, oversexed, and over here. Anyway, one night when the bar closed, and 11 o'clock came around, we were still in the frame of mind that we weren't finished with our having fun. So Martin said that his boat was down the shore to Plymouth, where they had a repair shop for damaged watercraft. Martin was captain of a landing ship on D-Day, and his craft needed a little work done on it. But, and I can't remember exactly how we got there, whether he had a car or whether we hired a taxi, but nevertheless, we got to Plymouth, and here, sure enough, tied up along with many other craft was his boat. And the three of us clambered onto the boat. Martin and the young Brit sat on the deck while I went to the galley. I found some bread and butter and a jar of peanut butter, or peanut butter, yes. I made some toast, spread it with peanut butter, brought it to the deck. And the reason we were there really was that Martin unlocked his little cache of on board medicinal supplies, including spiritus fermenti. So we sat there eating the toast and the butter and having a lot of fun. And this young British officer was enthralled. He was having the most fun. And he finally said, "You keep saying peanut butter. Just what is peanut butter?" And I said, "Well, if you were in America, driving through the country down south, like in Georgia and Alabama, you'd look off into these fields where you would see spotted around in the fields little clumps of men squatted around a cast iron pot. And these men were all peeling the peanuts, putting in their mouths and chewing them until the proper density. And then they would deposit this into the pot." And it went on and on. And Martin would say, "Yeah, Lee, and wasn't there different grades?" I said, "Yes." Then they had the crunchy, which was more coarse, and that was supplied by those men who had teeth missing. And by this time, we looked at the Brit had risen from his chair and walked, almost ran to the railing. And that was how he learned about peanut butter.
And he probably never ate it again.
Yeah, right. So that's the story. You can clean it up anyway.
No, we'll leave it just like that. Thanks.